But the good news on this whole thing, the good news, gotta look at the good news, is that the reality of going into extinction may take precedence over the reality of a few people continuing to make money off this. Hey, let's tax this. Let's slant it by just taking away the tax advantages, and let's tax people for their use of carbon dioxide. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. So that's another piece, and that's the ecology. So we're talking about energy, air pollution, we're talking about all the ammonia that's going off in the air, the nitrous oxide that's going off in the air, the carbon dioxide, a little bit is there, all decreases the amount of oxygen in the air. We go below 19%, then we start to increase rates of cancer and so forth. And some cities are below that. So, okay, so we've done air, we've done the earth, okay, we've done the water. We have to look at the, sunlight and different things, how that's compromised by the amount of pollution in the air. So that's the ecology level. And those are really important issues. And now, we kind of have to look at the health part. Because another mitzvah is, what you do should bring personal health to people. Okay, we're talking about we prevented starvation, and misery, and protected the ecology. How about the health? Well, diabetes, 4 times higher, more diabetes with meat eaters. Heart disease, AMA, okay? In a moment of scientific clarity. 1961, 97% of heart disease is connected to eating, to meat-centered diet and dairy. 97%. And cancers maybe 2 to 4 times higher. Breast cancer is 4 times higher. Now, you have doctors in the U.S. say, well, the way to prevent breast cancer is for women to have, bilateral mastectomies. I mean, these are actually people saying this, okay, in papers. It's like, well, that's an interesting solution. How about stop eating meat? Make it simple. But nobody wants to talk about, again, the cow or the elephant, the bull in the middle of the living room. That has to happen. That has to happen. We think about diabetes and, everybody says, oh, it's an international problem. But, is anybody willing to say, go vegan? Well, not exactly. How about corn fructose? The rate of corn fructose and their diabetes since 1980 has been exact, parallel. Corn fructose, and fructose in general, is going to give you 10 times more reactivity in terms of the whole diabetic thing. Well, it's an interesting problem, because you look who's head of agriculture now, and it's the governor of Iowa. And what do they grow in Iowa? Anybody know?
Corn.
Yeah, okay. We have some conflicts of interest. It's the way it is, but we have to kind of the real conflict of interest is, do you want your children and your grandchildren to be able to survive on the planet? Those are real conflict of interest versus, the wealth of the few. So we begin to look at, so the whole health is very compromised, right, too. So now we're saying the health, and I'm going to go back to the ecology for a second. Not only are we losing our rainforest, and I'll just point out that because of the deforestation of the rainforest, about 1,000 species die each year. For every Mac burger, we lose 50 square feet of rainforest. For every 2 billion Mac burgers, we lose another 100 species go extinct. It's like, where does this stop? See? It stops with us. Because the more we're informed, the more we can share. And it creates a wave of understanding that goes out into the world. So people can kind of wake up. So we see then this huge picture. And I'm going to say the cow is an ecological time bomb. They know that there's a problem here. Guaranteed. How soon are they going to be ready to move on it and take the political heat for that? You know, how soon is the European Union, which is a lot further than the United States, going to move on this and take the political heat for the preservation of the planet versus the preservation of some people's economic interests? That's what we're talking about. So it's a wonderful time for the planet. The chaos that we're in allows, this is all good. Why is it good? Well, it's good if we act on it. It's good because it's forcing us to actually talk reality instead of illusion, and that's good. So we can come up and we can share these things, and we can urge our politicians to act on what they kind of know. To tell you the truth, Al Gore does know this. You know, that's not my direct information, but it's fairly direct.
This conference is being recorded.
So we kind of look at this and say, well, yeah, they do know. They're not stupid. Maybe the environmentalists are stupid. I don't know. You know, because they're. If you can listen, I listened to KPFA. It was all about carbon dioxide. How is it that no one is talking about this? How is it that the grandfather of global warming is explicitly said animal agriculture is the main thing? That's James Hansen. How is it that no one's listening? What is going on? You know, we're talking about it, and hopefully that will get out there onto the planet in more and more ways as people here share, as people on the Culture of Light begin to share, to kind of like speak to this issue. So the bottom line then comes up, like the planet is crumbling. We lose 20 million acres to deforestation a year. We have about 50 million acres going into desert. That's the skin of the planet going into the desert. So it's big. And the planet can't take too much food before she's beginning to rebel. And what we're seeing is, okay, the weather imbalances are a message. Okay, the water, at least, according to King Charles, is going up 1 meter. Already. That means, and Gabriel's already seen this, there are islands that are going out underwater. There are places in England that live on the shore that are literally just going into the sea, and the English government's saying, oh, what are we going to do? You know, this is what's happening. Okay? We can't guarantee you that your home is going to be there. We're not going to go bikes because it's against what's going on. You look at New Orleans, it's going to happen again. They don't have much of a chance because the forces are going. Mother Nature's saying, you're not listening, so we're just going to up what's going on. Now, some people have estimated that the water could rise 70 meters. It's 210 feet. You know what that is? That's a 10-story building. Just give you an idea what that means. Right now we're saying 1 meter. That's already happened. So we have lots of issues that Mother Nature is speaking relatively gently right now. The rate of hurricanes has increased. The severity of the hurricanes has increased significantly. In other words, more level 5 hurricanes. Is anybody listening? Is anyone to pay attention? Or are we going to just keep responding to it as, oh, well, we had a bad day, Katrina happened. Like, these aren't accidents. So our role is to shift the consciousness. Where does it take us back to? Genesis 1:29. God said very clearly, I give you every seed-bearing herb and the tree of every fruit-growing seed. For that should be for food. The solution's there. It was given 6,000 years ago. We didn't want to listen. We don't want to pay attention to what was already prescribed for us. And in some of the teachings, really the coming of the Messianic time is connected by more and more people going vegan, because we will have corrected the major imbalances that have happened on the planet.